Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, but before we get into that, I just want to take a minute and ask you guys that if you like this type of content, to make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well as the bell next to it to be notified of any videos I post here on the channel, and make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, as every time you do that, it helps the channel out greatly. So anyway, on with the news. The very first thing I want to show you guys is actually an absolutely gorgeous pterosaur model, and this has actually been created by, and I do apologize if I mispronounce his name, but his name is Raul Ramos, and he has done, again, a lot of work when it comes to working with David Silva on the Beasts of the Mesozoic series, so I have actually shown off quite a bit of his work in the past throughout all of my Beasts of the Mesozoic reviews. However, he has a brand new pterosaur model out, and it is an Anhanguera, and it is incredible. Probably the nicest version of this pterosaur that I have ever seen. It is actually a kit that you can buy on Shapeways, and it has 8 parts total, including a stand and a wingspan of 11 inches. This model was sculpted by Raul from the bottom up, just entirely by him, and as you can see with the finished product, it is just absolutely incredible. Again, easily one of the nicest pterosaur models I've ever seen, and by far the nicest Anhanguera I have ever seen. Just absolutely gorgeous work from every single angle. No matter which way you look at it, it is nothing short of pure beauty. Whether it's the fine detailing, the really cool soaring pose, it is all absolutely fantastic. Everything all the way down to the really cool stand showing off the beautiful display of this pterosaur is just absolutely awesome. So I did want to let you guys know that this is available to order again right now on Shapeways, a really cool website that, if you are unfamiliar with Shapeways, what it basically is a website that sells different digital sculpts, and then you just have to pay them and choose what material exactly you would like to print it out in, and they 3D print the model and ship it to you, and that is exactly how you can get yourself this incredible Anhanguera right now. So make sure that you head to the link in the description, where I will include a link straight to the listing for this pterosaur right now. And then as far as PUIU Art goes, who you may remember has created some really cool Velociraptor busts as well as a beautiful Tyrannosaurus model in the past, well, they now have another new model out, and it is a Tyrannosaurus bust, as you can see from these images, sporting a very Jurassic Park-ish type of a look, I would say, for this Rex. I think they have done another really good job on this. Quite beautifully detailed, a really cool base to it as well, and you definitely have some nice paintwork on it on top of everything. Of course, if you do order this, you get the fully painted model like you can see here, so ordering this, you know you're getting quite a bit of bang for your buck, and I think it honestly is a really cool model that pretty much deserves a place in any prehistoric collection. So if this is something you are interested in, I will include a link in the description to Instagram, where you can contact PUIU Art on there and place an order for this really cool JP style Tyrannosaurus bust. I also wanted to let you guys know that as far as the Mesozoic Life Spinosaurus figure, a figure that everyone was really excited about, there were just tons and tons of people that were looking forward to this model. It had actually begun going up for pre-order not long ago. However, the website that they were using to pre-order the figure actually caused a lot of problems, so the pre-order ended up getting canceled. However, it is back, and the pre-order will officially start tomorrow on August 24th. It is actually going to be a Kickstarter this time, so there should be no more issues as far as this figure goes, giving everybody an opportunity to pre-order this fantastic Spinosaurus, easily one of the nicest and most up-to-date Spinosaurus models that you're going to find anywhere. So, of course, just like with the Anhanguera model, I will include a link in the description to the Kickstarter for this Spinosaurus, so make sure you head on over there starting tomorrow and pre-order this beauty. And in something that I think is absolutely awesome, you can see Eduardo Garcia Rod has created the Jurassic Park Triceratops prototype all on his own. He has sculpted this figure completely on his own, and you can see it looks pretty much identical to that long lost prototype from the Jurassic Park line, and I think it is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. If you are a fan of the Jurassic Park line, or you have been a fan of the Jurassic Park line, I should say, for a very long time, you'll probably already be well aware of this prototype, and also just how insanely rare the prototype is. And due to its rarity, that means that many people are never going to have the opportunity to actually own this figure. However, now Eduardo has created one entirely himself, again beautifully replicating the prototype, giving everyone an opportunity to actually own that particular Triceratops. Obviously, it's not an official Jurassic Park product, but it looks just as good as any official Jurassic Park product ever could, and obviously giving us that beautiful Triceratops that we all wanted but never received. This figure actually will retail for $150 plus shipping, but that of course means you are paying for a beautiful custom-made figure from an individual sculptor. So honestly, for the amount of work that would be put into making your Triceratops, that is a great price for something as beautiful as this. So I will include a link in the description to where you can contact Eduardo on Facebook, or you can contact me and I can contact him for you to help place an order. And then as far as Marco Makes goes, he gave us a little sneak peek of the next Rubbersaurs Tyrannosaurus head sculpt. He is now in the process of 3D sculpting all of his models. He is actually going to go back and re-release every single model that he has already created in the Rubbersaurs line, but now using 3D printing technology, which will allow him to create, again, much nicer models, even though his initial models were just unbelievable. Some of the best models I've ever seen in my entire life, and some of my most prized possessions in my collection. But seeing just how much insane detail and just how picture perfect he can get these sculpts now using 3D sculpting just has me so insanely psyched for all of his future releases. And again, showing us the sneak peek of the Tyrannosaurus shows you just how beautiful each and every one of these models will be. And then as far as Rebor goes, they gave us a look at the finalized version, of course as far as the sculpt goes, of their upcoming Tyrannosaurus, the scientifically accurate version. We had seen one image prior to this of the model, but we didn't actually get to see, too many different angles of it or anything like that. It was just kind of one image, and we now have quite a few different images, again showing a few different angles of the model, showing off just how beautiful it will be, and showing us also, of course, that we have the lip and lipless versions of this Rex, so you get the best of both worlds with it. Really beautiful work on the part of Rebor, and quite easily one of the best Tyrannosaurus models I think we'll ever see. And speaking of one of the best Tyrannosaurus models we'll ever see, we actually have a ton of images of Blue Planet Studios' first model, again the Hell Creek Afternoon model, which you can already see these images. The pre-order has actually already begun for this model, so if you are interested in this, I will of course include a link in the description to where you can contact Blue Planet on Facebook to inquire further about pre-ordering this. This beautiful diorama comes in 1/35th scale, and the size is 455 millimeters by 213 millimeters by 156 millimeters. All the dinosaurs are designed and based on real specimens, and each product is actually illustrated with collectible illustrations. The pre-order is actually only going to be live for 1 week, with the initial amount for the sculpture being $262, and a down payment of $103 would be what you need to acquire to claim your Hell Creek Afternoon model. The model is intending on being shipped out in the third quarter of 2021, and of course the pre-order will expire on August 31st, 2021. The amount that they will be making for this is actually going to be determined based on the amount of pre-orders that they have. And the product will actually return to the original price on September 2nd for $308. So of course this 1 week pre-order is just basically to get a cheaper price on this beautiful model. And one thing that's actually really quite cool is they also have an alternate pre-order that you can pre-order the Tyrannosaurus Rex individually, because apparently there were a lot of people that were asking to just order the Rex. They didn't necessarily want the entire Hell Creek diorama, which is kind of baffling to me because honestly, the entire thing is just incredible if you ask me. But some people again just wanted the Tyrannosaurus, so they decided to put out a pre-order for only the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which for just the Tyrannosaurus alone, it would be $123 with a $50 down payment. And they are considering the potential of making actually fully painted versions of this Tyrannosaurus. If there are more than 60 units that have been pre-ordered, they will consider making fully painted versions. As this is just a kit, you would have to build it and paint it yourself. But an absolutely unbelievable model coming from Blue Planet, and I must say one of the most impressive debut models I've seen from any company yet. So if you are interested, again, make sure you check the link in the description so you can contact Heaven Creek on Facebook, who is actually the one taking the pre-orders for this fantastic model, or again, you can contact me and I will contact them for you. And then as far as the Beasts of the Mesozoic Tyrannosaur series goes, we have a look at the progress on both the Tarbosaurus and the Walking with Dinosaurs Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can see the current paintwork that is progressing here, as Candid Sculpts is actually the one working on this, and I must say that it is just gorgeous. I really do love the fact that they have kind of taken more of like a somewhat natural looking appearance for the paintwork of these dinosaurs as opposed to kind of the flashier look of the Ceratopsian series. Definitely what I would consider a much more natural look on these figures, and you can see the same thing of course for the Walking with Dinosaurs Tyrannosaurus, which is shaping up to be just an absolutely gorgeous release on the part of this Tyrannosaur series. Again, just a ton of stuff to look forward to as far as this line goes, and the Kickstarter is beginning right around the corner. And then as far as Mattel goes, and thanks to Ellis.King5 on Instagram for pointing this out to me, but we have a look at the upcoming Allosaurus in package, the new Roar Attack Allosaurus, and I must say it is really nice to see this figure in box, of course giving us a look at what the actual product will look like, because we've kind of had like some contradicting images of it over time where it seems like the paint scheme has kind of changed a little bit as far as the tones of color go, and I definitely think it looks pretty darn nice overall. A really beautiful sculpt, but a pretty fun looking paint scheme. Of course we won't truly know how nice it really is until we see it in hand, but it definitely looks really cool so far. And thanks to Collect Jurassic for this image, but we actually have an image of the upcoming Ouranosaurus as well, which would have been one of my most anticipated figures from Mattel, but that button on the side is just absolutely atrocious. In fact, it almost ruins the entire figure if you ask me, and that's really sad because I feel like it's one of the nicest Mattel figures we've seen. Like, there's a good bit of paint application to this one, not anything crazy or major, but it really does look quite nice overall. I love the tones of color, I love the sculpt, and I guess if we pose it from this side, display it from this side, it looks beautiful overall, but the button on the other side really drops the appeal factor of the figure quite a bit. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that at some point we'll get another version of this without that button, but this is definitely kind of like a 50-50 at this point, because I'm really excited about it on one hand, but kind of let down as far as that button goes. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.